Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today we're doing something a little bit different. See, I'm traveling through time. I guess that's not really a moo-ha-ha, because that would be more like, I'm creating bodies out of dead parts. No, thank you for that. No, I am traveling through time because right now I'm actually in a cabin, lounging, playing with toys, playing my Game Boy, doing other stuff. But I'm also here, right now, doing this live stream. And so, through the power of Retrobot's predictive nostalgia circuits, I'm able to do this live stream with you in sync. It's kind of amazing. Yeah. So, high five there, buddy. All right. So, keeping with the time travel theme, we are going to take a trip back to 2013. Imagine, it's 2013, and you're at Botcon, and you've been waiting for years to get to go to a Botcon, and their theme this year is Machine Wars? Does anybody remember Machine Wars? Hello? Anybody? No, you don't? Okay, I remember Machine Wars. It was a KB Toys exclusive that was happening just around the same time as Beast Wars. Beast Wars came out, it was a success, and then this was one of Hasbro's attempts to reintroduce vehicular Transformers back into the Transformers line. So, in 2013, Botcon decided to use Machine Wars as its theme for their convention, and then they created this exclusive pack, which apparently didn't sell all that well. I can't imagine why, and so they ended up unloading a lot of them online. So we got our hands on one of these, an empty box. Yes, it's so. At our local retro toy store, D&E Collectibles, which I love you guys. I know that you don't watch my live stream, but if you ever do, hi. Anyway, so we were actually, Monica was in there one day, and this box just had a sticker on it that said free. It is a Botcon 2013 gift package special box thing that had their special release of toys for that theme. And so she thought, hey, this is cool, and we got a wall of boxes here, it would look cool. So we thought we would travel back in time to 2013 and revisit the toys that go in this box. Except that, of course, we don't have the 2013 Botcon figures, but we do have the original counterparts that were repainted to make what goes in this box. Whew! That was a long explanation. So, before we jump into that, let us welcome the people that we have here in our live chat that we are able to talk to through the power of predictive circuitry and time travel. So, a toast. Oh, we need music. Yeah, we have to have our music. So, all right. A toast to Bob R. Good to see you, Bob. And Rebel Pilot. And Hope Springing Eternal. And Joy to the World. and Mechavelic. Oh, I really need to stir this. I'm sucking up the boozy part. By the way, I just realized what's playing in the background. That's kind of amazing. I don't even want to toast anymore. I just want to listen to it. All right. Natty Light. Bill Pagan. Colleen, you just get, like, we're not even spoofing your name or anything, just Colleen? Okay. Gentle Shark. Oh, how did we not do something with Piranha on that one? I don't know. Christmas Remley. That's good. And it's great to see you back. Big fan of the show. Danny Trejo. It's always good to see you here. Thank you for coming again, Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo's a swell guy. I'm really glad that he watches this live stream. So, tonight we are also celebrating a very special birthday. So, Wednesday actually marked the birthday of a friend of the show, Henry Cavill. So, happy birthday, Henry. And a toast to Henry for joining the chat. Oh, Henry. Please, none of that language. Can we moderate that? He's typing obscene thing. Like, he's using the F word a lot. And, this is like a PG thing, so keep it on the Witcher, pal. So, anyway, we're doing the birthday of Henry, and so, of course, we will sing to you, Henry Cavill. Oh, my ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. Oh, my ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. Oh, it's so good to see my good friends Henry Cavill here celebrating his birthday with us here on Retrobot, as I know that he's a big fan of this channel. And a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday and a bucket of cakes. Thank you. So, happy birthday, Henry. We've got cake for you, because of course we have cake. So, alright, so here we go. We've got a cake for you, and we just need you to blow out the candle. So I'm going to get really close to the camera. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Come on, Henry, you can do better than that. Okay, wait, here. One more try. Oh, look, he got it. Good. Yeah, that checks out, right? That checks out, sure. So, here, Henry, I'm going to give you this piece, and then you give me that piece that doesn't have the and then you give me the piece that doesn't have the candle in it. So there we go, and this one's my piece. And did you want any cake? Just nostalgia? Okay. So no cake for Retrobot, but I will have a cake. And happy birthday to Henry Cavill. Oh, that's delicious. All right. So, last but not least, before we dive in to our set of almost Botcon exclusives, is our drinking word, which Retrobot is showing us. Yeah, look at that. It's Wednesday! For some reason. I don't know why our word is Wednesday today, but, it must be one of those time travel things. Oh, look, cake! So, So, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these guys. Look at that. So, these are the toys that ended up being repainted and redecoed to make this kind of amazing looking box. And, you know, I've never been to a Botcon. I want to go, but I've just never been to one, and it'll happen soon. You know, it's always been a little bit expensive for us, but we're getting there. So I've never gotten to get one of these, and you look at what the original price was. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but those are 3 9s, and then it was marked down to $365. Oh, Honshu John is here. Oh, a toast to Honshu John. So good to see you, Honshu! So, that was good. So yeah, I've, okay, you stay out of this. So yeah, I've never gotten to get one of these, but, you know, $1,000 for a box of 5 repaints. I mean, ooh, I realize that they're Botcon exclusives, but, you know, you need to be a serious Machine Wars fanatic to want to spend $1,000 on these. And here's the other thing, which we will go into a little bit more. Not all of these characters are Machine Wars characters. So, I guess they decided that since Machine Wars wasn't that big of a line, they'd just kind of fluff it up a little. Oh, so I'm getting a message from my finger. Bob R asks, are KB toys even still around? I don't think so. I haven't seen one in years. I mean, are Toys R Us even still around? You know, that no, I'm pretty sure that they were primarily mall outlets, and malls have not been doing well, and that was before the pandemic, and now malls are even doing worse. So yeah. KB Toys also tended to have stuff warm the shelves for a long time, and they would never mark things down. You know, that's what I remember. Like, I remember seeing toys that would be like, you know, that's interesting, but I don't, you know, maybe I'll wait until it goes on sale, and it just never went on sale. But considering that, did they get like kind of screwed over the same way that Toys R Us did, or did they just die natural death? I think that they died a natural death. It's a shame, though, because I loved KB Toys, and I always loved walking around in there. And, of course, you could get Machine Wars there, which at the time, since I wasn't into Beast Wars when it was out, I was happy to see Machine Wars until I saw the Optimus Prime. Then I wasn't so happy. So, anyway, let's go ahead and just take a look at our first... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So, Grayskull is here. So, a toast to Grayskull. And, you know, it really seems like there should be something that I can do with that, but I just can't think of anything. Yeah, you know, a toast to Grayskull. So, So let's go ahead and take a look. And our first one that we're going to talk about is Obsidian. And now let's take a look at the original toy here, which I have a picture from Transformers Wiki. And this is Obsidian. Now here's the kicker. If you look right down here, notice what it says. It says Beast Machines, not Machine Wars. Beast Machines. So Obsidian was a Beast Machines character, not a Machine Wars character. He features a bright green deco with red orange propellers. Not really the coolest looking toy that I've ever seen, but they actually repainted a version of Hunt for the Decepticons Highbrow for the Botcon exclusive, and that toy was also retooled to make Powerdive, and that is who we have here. I think that he's got a little bit of a different head than Highbrow, but other than that, this is the toy that was repainted to create Obsidian. Now, I'm just gonna, I want to go back and I want to make a point here. So you look at that, and that's bright neon green and orange. And you look at this, and this is obviously not the same guy, but he's at least a really cool paint job. I actually really like this guy. I think he looks fantastic, and I love the World War II era fighter that he turns into. I mean, this is just a cool thing. Now, if you want to see, and actually, so here's another shout out. And by the way, we are not sponsored by or in partnership with D&E Collectibles, even though I keep mentioning them on this live stream. Doesn't mean that we couldn't be, though. Yeah. I mean, let's talk because I love you guys. And oh, are we calling right now? Hello, D&E. D&E, let's like do a thing. Like, I'll talk about you online, and you tell people to come watch the channel. That's a good deal. And if you stop by the chat, then I'll give you a cupcake over the internet. I can do that. That's how the internet works. So yeah, good call, pal. So. Alright, so we found this. This is Powerdive. We found him at D&E Collectibles. And he was what, like 20? Yeah, I think he was 20. Not that much for a Voyager scale figure that I had never seen before. Now, Powerdive was intended for an Asian market. So he wasn't even initially released in the United States. Now, I believe that Toys R Us later started buying up some of those things that were exclusively for Japan, which is probably how this ended up in the United States. But I didn't even know this guy existed. And look at him. He's so cool. This is such a neat guy. And I'm going to clear some space from my display here so that I can show this in front of the other camera proper-like. There we go. All right, so here, let's just take a look at Powerdive. And I keep wanting to call him Powerglide, but obviously that's a way different character. So Powerdive here transforms into a World War II Thunderbolt or something like that. Let's see. A a World War II Lockheed P-38 Lightning. And gosh, what a neat vehicle. I mean, you know, this is why the future is not nearly as cool as the past, because none of our planes now look this awesome. I love the cockpit behind the center area here with the extended wing in the back and the two propellers. I mean, this is a neat vehicle. And oh, by the way, I've got it as a toy. So this toy has, you know, you can see that we've got landing gear here, which is functional. These are actually rolling tires, which is cool. They're plastic. They're not actually rubber, which is good because that means that they won't dry rot on me. And the engines have this spinning gimmick, which works better in one than it does the other. You press down on the engine, and it makes the propeller spin. This one sort of works some of the time, but you know, then sometimes not. So, I'm getting a message here. So Bob R says the original Highbrow does not have a faction symbol in either mode, which is unusual. Not sure about Powerdive. Well, he does have a faction symbol here on the top of the jet. Of course, this is not the Highbrow version. In fact, he's also got Decepticon emblems on his tail. Yeah, I don't know if the hunt for the Decepticon version carries over that detail, but very good, Bob R. You know, a toast to Bob. Bob, where would we be without you? You are like an encyclopedia of Transformers knowledge. So, looking here, I do have an image of the Botcon version of this, so let's go ahead and bring that up. A pretty nice deco, all things considered. It looks like the propellers are translucent. I like the red. I like the stripes in the back. You know, that's actually really cool. Kind of a metallic teal color scheme. Far better than that. I'm glad that they didn't try to recreate this when they did this. And honestly, this toy is such a cool thing. I feel like getting this is probably one of the big selling points of that whole set, just to be able to have it, because of course most people in the United States probably didn't know that this existed. I know I didn't, and believe me, I was really looking. So yeah, the really neat vehicle mode. I love the details, a really nice mold. Let's go ahead and transform him, and you know, this is gonna be a thing. I'm just warning you ahead of time. This one's a little bit of a thing. So I'm gonna start by separating the tail. What is this? A wing? I mean, I guess that's a wing. It's wing-like. It goes across. So a stabilizer. Oh, okay. So thank you. That's a stabilizer. So, and that's it. Now he's a robot, and he stands on two legs, and this is the head, and these are the arms, and, you know, never mind what that is. No, just kidding. So, we're going to, I'm gonna start to pull this leg down and separate it from the engine, and then do the same on this side. And then we need to separate the halves of the cockpit. So let me just get a thumbnail in there. And there we go. Okay, and there we go. And even though this isn't a terribly thin toy, it doesn't feel light or anything. I just feel like with these thin panels here, I want to be extra careful. And I also don't want to scuff up the paint because I love the paint. I mean, look at that. It's got the whole shark thing going on. That's cool. I mean, that... come on, camera. You can focus in on that. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's awesome. So, oh, Gentle Shark says, don't forget that GoBots had a P-38-2 Bolt. Oh, yeah, that's true. And do we have that? We don't have that one. Ah. Oh, and kind of an unfortunate robot mode. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess we'll get that one sometime, but yeah. Okay, so anyway, once you split the housing around the cockpit, see, it's on these double jointed linkages, and that will spread out, and then we can bring that up, and you can actually have the cockpit back here, and it sort of makes a jetpack for him, which is kind of cool. I mean, you know, he's a Decepticon, he likes to fly, so he's gonna have a jetpack. Now we do need to do, we need to kind of do the legs here, and I've been putting it off by talking to the camera, but I have to do it. So we're doing a thing. We're doing this. I should have practiced this guy, but he was so neat in the box. So I'm going to fold in the landing gear on both of these, and then I'm going to split. So there's a piece right here, and we're going to split that, and it's also on another one of those double jointed linkages. You see that a lot with this guy. And let's go ahead and do that on the other side, and we're going to pull that and do that. And then we're going to twist. Let's see. That goes down, but I don't think that helps anything. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. So we're going to put this back wing down, and then we're going to pivot that this way and twist. And then we're going to fold the wing in this way. And there we go. And we're making a foot. That's what's happening. We are making a foot. There we go. And so his foot is like this. And then I believe that you see this little groove right here? Well, there's a little rib right inside of this piece right here, and I believe that they kind of made up. Maybe. At least it looks like they should. They do not. It made a liar out of me. Obsidian made a liar out of me. Well, Powerdive. I don't know what to call him. He's the stand-in for Obsidian. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to fold that up, and then we're going to swivel that around this way, and then flip that up in the back, and then fold that down, and boom, you have another foot. And now let's go ahead and put down the front landing gear, and then we're going to pull the engines downwards. And then he's got little arms. So he's got very nicely molded fists, and they just flip down from the underside of the engine. And I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, kind of put the propellers together. See, they're on a swivel, so you can go like that. And then we're going to pull out that fist. And I am really glad that I did this guy first. I can't imagine trying to transform him after I have finished my Harvey Wallbanger. So I'm going to put these kind of up and behind him. Mechavelic asks, wasn't Obsidian some kind of twin prop thing in Beast Machines 2? So this is Beast Machines Obsidian. Yeah, this is the one that we were showing. And yeah, he was, you know, a sort of an osprey. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of an osprey. I want him to be painted like a Cobra Rattler because every one of these I want to turn into a Cobra Rattler. But yeah, let's go ahead and show that on the side camera. So that's him. A weird looking vehicle mode. You know, he's kind of chunky. You know, very, very chunky, and I don't hate it, but it's not nearly as awesome as the vehicle mode for Powerdive here. You know, I mean, you know, you've got something that looks very, very realistic as opposed to something that looks like a toy. A cool toy. I mean, I love these rotors. Look at that. Those are fantastic. But they're not as cool as this. I will transform this after I transform this, and this will be easier. So let's go ahead and we need to pull, and you just pull sideways, and that reveals the head. And there we go. And now we're going to put the arms down. And we can actually flip out. So here, we're going to take these parts that the legs are on actually go down and come together to give him a pelvis. And it's important for him to have a pelvis. And then we're going to rotate the legs around to face forward. Oh wait, that one already was. And then we're going to put the wings down. And this kind of reminds me of Transformers Energon Bulkhead, who was the homage to Springer. You know, he had those guns on his hips. And that kind of reminds me of this, but this looks a lot cooler. But his shot, you know, these are just molded guns. So that's cool. So here we go. We've got the fist there, and yeah. So he's now got arms that actually look like arms. Sort of. His arms are weird. He's got weird arms. But nonetheless, that is him in his robot mode. And it is a bit awkward. I will say that about it. The robot mode is just kind of bizarre. You know, I kind of want to do something with these shoulder thingies. I guess I could leave them out like that. But let's go ahead and show him on the other camera so that you can see him in his full glory. So that is him, and you can see how the joints are really, really odd. He's hard to get into cool poses. The hands don't quite line up with where the elbows are, but all in all, he is still really, really neat looking. And I actually really love how they designed this foot. I mean, look at that. That is brilliant. Whatever crazy, insane mind came up with that geometry, I don't know whether I want to shake their hand or run for dear life from them, because they're obviously dangerously unstable. That's just great. And then you look at the sculpt on the body. And here, let me squeeze the hips together just a little bit more. There we go. So yeah, you look at the details on the body, and everything really, really works on this guy. He's just awesome. Just really, really awesome. Such a cool toy. And an excellent choice for this pack, because this is one that that, as I said earlier, most people weren't even going to get to see him. So he's new, he's fresh, and he's very, very unique and distinctive. Now, of course, we have the original Obsidian here, and I'll go ahead and I'll just flip his feet down and flip his little wings back, and then pull the rockets down, and then flip the cockpit down, and there's a little separation here. He's got separation anxiety. Separation anxiety. You get it? You get it? He's got separation anxiety. It wasn't very good. I'm sorry. So, oh, Bob R says, in addition to having his fists out, he can have the props as spinning death weapons. And that's true. Let's just go ahead and show that for a second. Because, yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, he has beautifully molded hands, which I'm going to show that too, because you should appreciate the molding on the hands. Let's get that out of the way. So, look at that hand. That is a nice looking fist. I mean, they had their A-game sculptor on that fist. Look at that. I mean, that is not an emoticon wheelie. That is a lovingly sculpted fist. I expect for there to be like actual skin texture on that. It looks so realistic. Yeah. So yeah, look at that. He looks great. So, but of course, he has the ability. Let's get him back in focus here. There we go. And back out of focus. There we go. But you can flip in the fist and then just aim that forward, and then he's going to just do this. Oh, I picked the wrong one. I picked the wrong one to demonstrate. Wait a minute here. He can do this one too. So, yeah, bring those forward. And then just be like, yeah, I've got rotors of death on the ends of my hands. So, you know, that's actually really, really cool. So, yeah, here we'll face forward. There you go. Yeah, he's awesome. So, going back to original Obsidian, which we have right here, we do have a couple. There we go. So I think that we got it. Oh, maybe we don't. There is, the head is kind of in the back here, and I'm trying to get it out. Let me. Oh, okay. Here's what's going to happen. Whoa! Huh. His head just fell off. So, there we go. We've got a little bit of a Mecha Live type thing going here, where when you collapse one, then, you know, when you collapse the back end, then it brings the front end down. But, so there we have original Obsidian, and let's go ahead and show him on the other camera. Don't fall over, Powerdive. So there we go, and that is, well, that's the back. That's the back here. Put your arm down. You don't, that rotor doesn't even work, so don't try and carve anybody up with that one. All right, there we go. So that is original Obsidian, and here's what I'm noticing about both the Botcon version here and the original version here. His name's Obsidian. Obsidian is a color. You know what color Obsidian isn't? Yes. Yes. Yes, you're right, Retrobot. Neon green. Obsidian is not a shade of neon green. Anybody think about that? Hello, Hasbro. Hey guys. Did you notice that your guy who's named Obsidian has no obsidian on him? No? Okay. Just asking. Okay, good. So Henry Cavill says what I find I can't say that effing hilarious is how they took one of the tiniest effing Beast Machines guys and made him the biggest mother in the set. Wow, Henry Cavill, you have a bit of a potty mouth, Henry Cavill. Nonetheless, a toast to Henry Cavill. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Let's try and keep it PG. Yeah, they definitely picked little guy, made him big. Here's a toast to Henry Cavill and his potty mouth. Weren't you Superman? Nobody remembers that. It's all about The Witcher now. So yeah, that is... let me set him down. So that is Powerdive, and I just realized a strategical error, because in order to, my thought was I'm going to put all of these back in this box and be able to fill it by the end of the live stream, but that means I have to turn it back into a vehicle, and I don't wanna, I have to do it. Well, it's fresh in my mind. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try and do it fast. So we're going to close up that front thing. We're going to flip in the fists. We're going to put the engines back in their proper place. We're going to split the crotch. We're going to notice how the when you move the sides of the hips up, this panel just beautifully meshes with the back of the wing there. That's really, really nicely done. Very, very cool. So we're going to stick that right there. And then we're going to close the leg right there like that. We're going to pull that down and make that stabilizer. We're going to fold up the tail and pop out the wing. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to meet this up with the wing here. Snap that into place. We're going to collapse the leg and put everything back together that way. Oh, there we go. There. We're going to pull out the wing and adjust the machine guns. And then we're going to fold this flat. And it's not taking me that long. And there we go. Oh. And then we put the cockpit back in place and snap the sides back in, and boom! It is a World War II lightning thing. And, oh! Asher and his son Mike are here! Hey, a toast to Asher and his son Mike! And just so that people know, Asher is raising his son right. He has been getting him Transformers for years, and he's been working on a really cool Power Wheels project where he took a Power Wheels that was an SUV and turned it into a walking, talking Optimus Prime that carries Mike on his shoulders. Asher, you are really awesome. So, yeah, it's all true. Sort of. You know, time circuit's still working? Okay, good, good. So there we go. Now, now we can do this. Opening the box, setting the lid aside, and we take Powerdive. I guess I probably need to put in the landing gear, and I probably need to collapse the propellers, and so there we go. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Isn't that awesome? It's perfect. It looks great. And by the way, this is a really nice box. I mean, it's got a neat texture on it. I mean, it's a very nice box. So, all right. So that was Obsidian, and of course, what we have is we have Powerdive, but the next one is another one that was not a Machine Wars character. It was a Beast Machines character, and they seem to really like pairing these guys together. So they had if they're gonna have Obsidian, then you have to have Strika. And so I'm getting a message here. Excuse me. Hanshu John says, we had a bit of an earthquake last week, and it took me a bit to get caught up on things afterward. Normally we recover faster, but this one made for a slowed news day. Oh, Hanshu John. Oh, the betrayal. Wed News Day. He got me to say Wed News Day. Wow. Okay, here's to you, Hanshu John. I did not see that coming. I bet a lot of thought was put into that. Alright, so anyway, so the next character to be in this Machine Wars, see, Machine Wars, it says so on the thing, is Strika, which Strika was part of Beast Machines. That's right, Strika is a lady. So she is part of Beast Machines, not Machine Wars. I mean, both, Beast Machines came after Beast Wars. They had the Beast Wars series, and it told a great story, and then that led right into Beast Machines, which also told an excellent story, but it was much darker and not nearly as much fun. I feel like Beast Wars was definitely better in terms of just overall enjoyment. The characters were more developed and more likable. That being said, Beast Machines was still an excellent series, and if you're a Beast Wars fan and you haven't checked out Beast Machines, you should. It absolutely kind of carries things full circle, and it leads to a fantastic climax with one of the most unique battles that I have seen in the history of the Transformers universe, and that is Megatron as Optimal Optimus. I'm sure that they did it because it saved cost, but it was great. It really was great. So anyway, we had Strika, and I've got a version of this toy, and it's very, very cool. Really, really hard to transform because you don't know. Oh, that's a different mold. That is a different mold. I didn't realize there was a different mold, but yeah, that's Universe Strika. So this is the one that I have, and this is Universe Strika, and she's got a Punisher skull on her front grille, which is always cool, and she turns into, here, let's get her on the side camera. So she turns into this. And this is a really cool toy. It's a lot of fun. But it is confusing to transform it because it has a very, very atypical robot mode. Not exactly a bad robot mode, just very unusual, which I guess goes along with the atypical vehicle mode. I mean, you look at it and it's got these giant knobby tires and you know, these working guns, which you know, I can show how these work. Let's see, I've got a bunch of toys around here, so I'll just pick one of them completely at random here. Let's see. Oh, look who's here. I've got Gen 1 Wheelie. Oh, that's, look at that. I feel like I am stuck in a pen because I know, here we go again. Yeah, that's great, Wheelie. So, you just press that button, I think, and, maybe? Oh, wait, maybe? Come on, do something. Do something! Strika, do something! Ah! Now darn it! Strika, you're making me look bad! Faulty gun saves the day! Wheelie says hip hip hooray! Shut up, Wheelie. Okay, you know what? I didn't realize that the guns weren't working, but you know, that just kind of went in. Danny Trejo says, "Aw, Clay, you know I love you, but that's just not nice, man. Wheelie is a cool little guy." You know what? I'm sorry, Danny Trejo. I don't mean to be mean to Wheelie. I will be nicer to Wheelie. I'm sorry. A toast to Danny Trejo, friend of the show. All right, so yeah, we've got Strika here, and I'm gonna try to, even though it's not this one, but it is a version of Strika. So I'm just going to pull out. So here, you can pull the back wheel down, and then pull this up, and then you pull these panels out to the sides here. Then you have the arms on the underside, and they're going to flip out this way. And then we've got, okay, so this is where things get a little janky. And so the back half of the vehicle pivots down. There we go. So with the cannon and everything, there you go. And see, there's actually a pivoting thing that rotates the turret when it's in vehicle mode, but it locks in place when it's in robot mode. And then we have, so let's see. There's this panel here. It does something, but I don't know what it does. I don't remember this toy. It's been in the box for a long time, and I didn't know I was gonna have to transform it. So, let's see. You know, I feel like there should be something to do with that, but it's not doing anything. So So I'm just going to... Oh, okay. Come on, Strika. Ah, there we go. So it's spring-loaded, and now we can take that and put it around the back, and then we can swivel it. You can pull the wheels out here, and then you take the back wheels and collapse them together here. And there we go. Oh, Bob R says, so that is a Beast Machines toy, but it's blast charge. That particular version is the 2003 Universe Redeco. I could have sworn that when I bought this, it was packaged as Strika, because I thought it came with, or you know what, maybe I got it. Okay, you know what, Bob, I have learned not to doubt you. So, you know, if you say so, you must be right. This must be blast charge. So, in that case, I don't have to transform it, but I did. And there we go. And let's see. Oh, I think that I need to rotate this around first. There we go. And so, there we go. There. And so that is blast charge, which has nothing to do with Strika, but he has 6 wheels and so does Strika, so there we go. And so there we go. Weird robot mode. Very, very unusual. But, you know, not a bad toy, but just weird. You know, obviously this is a toy where they're not even trying to go for a strictly humanoid robot mode. And you know, I'm okay with that. They're taking some liberties, and it's got a lot of playworthiness, even though it's very, very odd. So, nonetheless, we did have Strika, and then we had the repaint, which looked like this, and this is a slight retool and heavy repaint of Generations Warpath. So let's go ahead and show Warpath here. And I've shown Warpath on this channel before. I love this mold. This is a really, really neat toy. And he looks fantastic. I love his tank mode. It is sufficiently futuristic. I love the separated treads, you know, the front section and back section. We've got a turret that rotates as well as elevates. You've got all the missiles and things here, and there is a missile here. And so, you know, it's spring-loaded, so if you did have somebody that you know you wanted to try, I'm sorry, no, Wheelie, we don't want to shoot at you because Danny Trejo's a fan. Wheelie, say it's okay, and maybe. Oh, come on. Oh! Wheelie feels he's in his place. He always gets shot in the face. Thank you, Wheelie. So, yeah, that is Warpath in his vehicle mode. And, of course, that is the mold that they used for Strika here. That looks awesome. Doesn't really look anything like the original, though. you know, like this. Whoops. This is original Strika, and then, you know, that's. I mean, it even seems to have an Autobot sign on the side. Is it supposed to be striking through it? I don't know, but by process of elimination, that is supposed to be Strika, even though they really don't look much alike. Oh well. Nonetheless, the repaint looks cool. I don't know that the repaint is an improvement over this version. I mean, that looks great. Of course, that's, you know, that's Warpath, and see, they have the K490W, which spells kapow. So you know, that's just awesome right there. Let's go ahead and transform Warpath, because Warpath has a great transform that's well worth seeing. So we're going to, let's see, we're going to we're going to flip the treads forward like this, like that, and make sure not to lose the missile. And we're going to take the back treads, we're going to swivel them up, we're going to open the door, we're going to push in, this is the best part right here, push in the cannon, and it will reveal the head, and it will just... Thank you. Yeah, bam. And then we're going to take the shoulders, and we're going to rotate them up. And see that, once we do that, then that's going to bring the body down. We can flip this little panel. Whoops. We're actually going to flip that panel like that. Maybe. I'm going to get the arms out of the way. Ah, okay. So, the trick here, okay, you get that in there and there. So, there we go. Let me show you that again. So, we're going to take this little panel here, we're going to bend it that way, and then we're going to bend this down, and then we're going to bring the whole thing down to meet with the waist, and boy, that makes a great body. That just really works well. On the leg end of things, going down to the bottom, we're going to take these panels and close them this way, and that's going to make his foot, and then you make sure that that swivels forward. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And there you go. And then with the arms, we are going to open the side panels here on each arm, just like that. And then we're going to pull the whole tread over like that. And then we're going to flip the fists out. And then we're going to close those up. And now we have Warpath in his robot mode, and he looks great in his robot mode. He just looks awesome. Let's go ahead and put his missile back in. So yeah, another excellent choice for a figure to include, because he's just got such a nice overall robot mode, a great vehicle mode. He's tremendously playworthy, and I will say that, you know, while this repaint isn't an improvement over Warpath, I would be tickled pink, or in this case, tickled purple and yellow, to have that version of this mold, because it's a fantastic mold, and so it's well worth having a repaint of. You know, I'm trying to think of if they repainted this into any other characters. I can't think of anybody. You know, it seems like there should have been like a Brawl or a Megatron or even a Skullface Samurai guy. Oh gosh, Bludgeon. You know, I could see this as Bludgeon as well. You know, put a skull head on there. Yeah. So yeah, that is Strika. Not really a very accurate repaint. You know, with some of these, it seems like the repaints were far more spot on, or you know, they really tried to get back to the original toy. This one, not so much. So now, unfortunately, I do have to transform him back into vehicle mode to get him in the box. So I'm going to pull out the cannon. I'm going to flip down the head, close the thing. And by the way, this is Battleoid mode. So, you know, he's got Battleoid mode. That's freaking awesome. Oh, Natural Viewmaster is here. She says, "Call me later, LOL." Oh, okay. Hey, a toast to Natural Viewmaster. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad when you come by and watch my live streams. That was made strong, by the way. that was like, I'm getting to the bottom, and it's soothing my sore throat. So, oh yeah, I could probably use more. So there we go. All right, so now that I'm done with Battleoid mode, I'm going to open up the little door, flip in the fist, rotate around the tread, and then close the little door. Let's do that again. We open the door, flip in the fist, rotate the tread around to meet with the shoulder, close the door. We pivot the body, pull out that troublesome little panel that was in the front, pivot that all the way forward. We're going to rotate these treads back and out of the way. We're going to tip the feet forward and then angle them in, pivot the knees out sideways, and then do the same on this side. And now we have the forward treads. Put the legs together, and they're just going to kind of peg together. Bring them forward and bring that body down to close, and boom, we now have tank mode. So let's go ahead. Let's put Strika into the thing, and I am going to put the missile. See, there's a little thing here, right here, where I can put missiles and weapons and stuff. So I'm going to stick that in there, and then Strika just goes right in there. Look at that. Oh, that feels good. It feels good. Yeah. Oh, I love it when stuff just fits. It's great. I've got no small amount of obsessive compulsive tendencies, and that is very, very satisfying. Oh, it just fits right in there. So that was Strika, and the next one that we're going to talk about is Megaplex. Megaplex is an interesting character. Here you see him, you know, as a little jet. Wait, no, this is Skywarp. I'm sorry. This is Machine Wars Skywarp, and obviously, you know, it's hard to look at like you know, this is a good mold. And I've seen other toys using this mold, and it's got ball joints on the limbs. It makes for a nice little jet. It's actually a nice little toy. But it's got none, absolutely none of the inherent coolness of original Skywarp. I mean, Skywarp was black and purple. And he had guns and his wings stuck up over his back. I mean, he was cool looking. And then you look at this guy, and it's like, oh, he's just a little dinky robot. He's white. He's black. He's got a yellow head for some reason. There's just nothing, there's just nothing about this that really jumps out at me. And so, I know I didn't buy it when I saw it in stores. I did get a bunch of the Transformers Generation 2 Cyberjets, which were very similar to this design, and I liked them. But I didn't feel the need. I don't know if I even ever saw Skywarp. I was pretty strapped for cash back in those days, so even if I saw him, I may not have bought him. So how would you even know if you saw him? He's completely unremarkable. So nonetheless, they did a repaint, and this repaint is of wait here. Let's see. So it's a retool of Revenge of the Fallen Dirge, and while I'm not a super fan of a lot of the movie line toys, Revenge of the Fallen Dirge is a pretty decent looking toy. So here we go. This is Revenge of the Fallen Dirge right here. And, they've stuck with the sort of blue and yellow color scheme. And so they repainted him to look like this. And this is a really good looking repaint. I mean, that's cool. Look at the way that they have him warping. Yeah, they put this paint detail where it's digitally turning him transparent. And that is cool. Like, that's some imagination. And that's a much more interesting robot mode than the original had. So this is 100% a step up from this guy. Very loving tribute, though. I mean, they absolutely stuck with the original deco. They just turned it up to 11. So from that, hey guys, I'm Skywarp, I guess, I don't know, to this, it's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I used to be black, now I'm white. Deal with it. So yeah, he is really, really cool. Of course, I do have to transform it, and so we're going to do just that. He does have he has landing gear. I always appreciate landing gear, and it seems like it's hit or miss whether you actually get landing gear with a jet. I've got those, so I was just being reminded that he has missiles, and he does have missiles. I guess I can show the missiles. We can show that. But, yeah, I was saying that I always appreciate when I get landing gear with a jet toy, because it seems like it's hit or miss as to whether you get landing gear or not. So, here he is with his missiles attached. And, oh look, Wheelie is waking up! You might have thought that Wheelie expired, but it turns out I was just tired. Oh, okay. Oh! Oh! There we go. That's important. So, yeah, the launchers still work very well in Revenge of the Fallen Dirge. And, Oh, Danny Trejo. Oh, you're still watching. He says, "Oh man, I gotta log off for a while. Love you, Clay. I'll make it up to you, Danny Trejo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, Danny Trejo. I won't be mean to Wheelie anymore. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna do something special for Wheelie, just for you, Danny Trejo. Just for you." Do you think he? Oh, I think I just lost. Oh, we're down one subscriber. Come back, Danny Trejo. Come back. Oh gosh. Okay. Look. Wheelie's okay. Yeah. See? Wheelie say, "I'm okay." Yeah. That was a good rhyme there, Wheelie. Yeah. Here. You want to hold Wheelie? There you go. All right. So Retrobot's taking care of Wheelie. Yeah. So, okay, anyway. So, we got Dirge here, and I'm gonna flip up the landing gear. And then... We are trying to be nice to Wheelie for Danny Trejo. What are you doing? I'm sorry, Wheelie. I'm sorry that we've been mean to you. Yes, and no, you don't get him back. No, you do not get him back. Do you want to pat his head? I'll let you pat his head. There we go. See? No, you can't have him. I'm setting Wheelie aside. Bad robot. Alright, so. Anyway. Revenge of the Fallen Dirge. So, we're just going to pull the wings and the sides of the jet away from the center section, and that's mostly where the legs are. The pelvis is split right here, so we can put it together right there like that. And then we've got the feet here that are going to fold out this way. And it's a really odd angle. Here, I'm going to do that again. So here, look at the joint here, just like that. And it folds out like this. See that? And then we're going to rotate these around so that the pointy end is towards the front, whatever end the front is. And then we've also got, so the wings are on these double jointed linkage pieces here, and we're just going to bring them down like that. And so this is where Revenge of the Fallen Dirge, and I do like this toy. I really do. I think that it's got a very interesting design. So you have the whole thing that opens up here, and then you have one of the arms revealed there, right there. And so you've got this panel that's jointed here, and that's going to go there. And then you've got this little thing right here that can come down, and then you tip the nose cone forward. And then you open the cockpit, and you pull out the hand, and then you close the cockpit. And so that creates an arm. We're going to rotate the body around. That Now we can bring down the other arm. You take this little panel here, and it's actually just a little cosmetic, you know, it's a fake cockpit that goes onto his chest, which actually is pretty cool. And so then we've got this little bit right here. And so what we need to do is pull the legs back towards the back end of him, and then pivot the body forward to meet up with the pelvis. And then the tail is on this piece, and he does have a substantial amount of back kibble on him. But, you know, that's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then we've got these little panels that come up to give him his cone head, and I know that that Gray Pavement will be very glad that they homaged his cone head heritage, because or Cement Pavement was loves his cone head. And then the head comes up somehow. Let me mess with him, because there's a way to get the head up. Do you pull it up? Oh, okay. I see it. So there's these shoulder things in the back, and you just slide them up, and that pushes the head up as well. And let's see. So Cement Wavement says, meh, it's movie crap. Better than the average movie crap. Still movie crap. Okay, so a toast to Cement Wavement. And you know, I don't like the face. I actually really like the body. Let's go ahead and put him on the other camera so that you can see what we're talking about here. But so there he is, and let me get him in focus. So there he is, and he looks I don't like the face. You know, like I said, he's got kind of an ugly movie face. It just, yeah, not digging the face. But the body is actually kind of cool. You know, he's got decent articulation. You can get him into most poses. The legs are a little bit awkward because it doesn't really have much of a knee joint. But there's so many other joints in there that it doesn't seem to hurt him too much. The arms have full shoulder joint movement. His elbow is kind of a sideways elbow. Like you can turn the arm this way and then bend the elbow, but then his wrist is facing the wrong way. So he can kind of pick his own nose, which is important. You know, he can be like, oh, this is the worst review ever. And so that's important. He can face palm, but yeah, it's not a bad robot mode, but it does suffer a little bit from that just kind of ugly movie aesthetic. And I feel like if his face didn't look like it were put into a waffle iron, then it would look a lot cooler than what we ended up with, which is kind of a flat mosaic tile looking thing, except mosaic tile is pretty and that is really not. So and Entertainer 14 is here, so a toast to Entertainer 14. All right, so it does seem that, like, when you move the arms. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Let me show this. So when you move the arms, the wheels on his chest, his nipples rotate. That's interesting. It's really cool. I mean, I have to admit that when I move my arms, my nipples do not rotate. So, Revenge of the Fallen Dirge has one over on me. Do your nipple? You don't have nipples. I don't think you have nipples. Did I build nipples into you? Wait a minute here. Let me look. Oh, well. Huh. I guess I should have known he needs something to be able to wind the videotapes. So, yeah. What, did you want to hold him? No? Okay. Just checking. So, are you gonna make it? Are you mad that I took Wheelie? You're not getting him back. You don't get Wheelie back until you learn to use him responsibly. You know, you make a YouTube channel just to feed a friendly alien robot nostalgia, and you'd think you'd get just a little bit of cooperation, but you do not. Just so anybody else, you find any little aliens out back in a crashed ship with a broken body, and you build them a new body, and you create a YouTube channel for them, there's going to be like zero appreciation. So just understand that going into it. So Joy to the World says, Clay, important question. Who's the best Addams Family member, Lurch or Wednesday? Somehow I knew that an Addams Family question was going to make it into this live stream. So, a toast to Joy to the World. Yeah, I'm doing it. Because I said Wednesday. Yeah, that's the word. It's right there. All right. So, nonetheless, I need to turn Dirge back into a jet. So we're gonna do that, and let's see. We're gonna take this. We're gonna slide that down. We're going to pop the halves of the cone head apart. And then we're going to rotate the arms around, and we're going to put the cockpit back in orientation, and then we will fold that around there. We're going to put the tail back where it's supposed to go. Oh, I guess we could have flayed those out for the robot mode, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. I just pinched myself with it, so that's, you know, safety hazard. Let's see. This goes around like that, and that goes in like that, and then I know I'm not talking you through it because he's hard. Why did we get so many guys that were hard with this set? You know, it's like where's the Gen 1 Bumblebee? Okay, you know, what? There we go. And we'll split the pelvis, and then we'll spin around the feet, and then, oh, gosh, the feet are so goofy. The feet are really goofy. I can't even describe what you're supposed to do with the feet because I don't think that the English language has words for what the feet do. It helps. Okay, so what I'm discovering is it helps to get the legs up near where they're supposed to go and let the shape of the jet help you to match things up. So you can see how I've got the leg pretty much in its position, and now I know that that foot is supposed to become the air intake, and that can go there. And then we'll take the wing and just peg it in. There's a little hole right there and some little tabs on the wing, and that goes there, and that goes there. And believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. And he's transformed. Bam! Yeah, that's right. I just did that. So, of course, into the box he goes. There we go. And that is Revenge of the Fallen Dirge, standing in for Skywarp, a white Skywarp, which, you know, nobody actually, you know, nobody wants Skywarp to be white, honestly. When I have to say this, when I saw this picture, I thought that he was supposed to be Jetfire. You know, he looks a lot like Jetfire, except for the yellow head. And I thought, oh, it's a Decepticon version of Jetfire. They, you know, because very oftentimes, because of Jetfire's history as starting out as a Decepticon, at least in the cartoon, they very oftentimes carry that over into different toys and things like that, and especially something like a Botcon exclusive. That's what I expected that to be, but of course I should have known that it wasn't, because, you know, Jetfire's name is not one of the names on this package, but, you know. And I'm just acknowledging that so that Cement Wavement doesn't have to. And Dudley just knocked over the box and it fell on him, and now he ran away. So, sorry, Dudders. Oh, it's okay, buddy. It won't hurt you. Poor cat. So, Tom Marsupial is here, and he says, "Hi, Clay. Is that the original Castle Grayskull? Did you paint the door?" And no, that is Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull, and we just got it in, and it's awesome. So, yeah, we will probably be doing another He-Man thing about that in the near future. So, and I was watching that to see if there was some kind of wedness, you know, something. But anyway, let's toast Tom Marsupial. Thank you for the comment. So, onward and upward. We have Machine Wars Hoist, and I have a picture of Machine Wars Hoist. There he is, and he turns into a rig-style tow truck, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's a cool vehicle mode, and not a bad robot mode either. You know, it's a tiny toy that represents a very big vehicle, and I think that's a little bit weird, but I like it. It's funny that it says Wilk and Son. You would expect it to be some kind of Witwicky reference. I don't know if they had the rights to do that, but, you know, they weren't really doing the homage thing when this toy was created. So, and they were reusing the name Hoist, and he was a tow truck, but that's where the similarities to the original Hoist end, because actually his colors make him look a lot more like Trailbreaker. And I don't know if that was intentional, seeing that that Hoist and Trailbreaker were mold mates, but he's, if anything, he's Hoist Breaker. Yes, that is what he is. And so for Botcon, we got a repaint, a pretty cool looking repaint of Sergent Kup. And I have to say that is a pretty awesome repaint of Sergeant Kup. Sergeant Kup is a great mold anyway, and we have him right here. So take a look. This is Sergeant Kup. I'll try and get him into focus. And he's got a great vehicle mode. He, you know, he's described as being kind of a retro pickup truck, but you know, I haven't seen any pickup trucks that look like this. Like, he seems like sort of the PT Cruiser of pickup trucks. So yeah, he's got a nice shape to him. I like the windows. I like the headlights. I like the general look, and I think it's a good adaptation of Kup. And then when you compare that to the repaint that was done, you know, it's a good repaint. I'm not sure that I understand why they would have painted the windows. As you can see, this toy has clear windows, and they look really good. I don't know that any toy has ever been improved by having painted windows instead of the clear windows. Yes, I can see some Transformer stuff, some robot stuff going on inside of him, but I still think that's better than silver paint. So nonetheless, that is Generations Kup. He has, let's see, he has kind of a tailgate thing here that you can open up, which is also cool. So, you know, he's kind of functional, and you can even sort of steer the wheels. So that's cool. He is, you know, this is a good toy, and I liked it when it came out, and I like it now. And I have to say that that while this is a very interesting recolor, and I do like the black and purple. You know, it's amazing that they came up with a black and purple color scheme, since they forgot it when they did Skywarp. But but he does look good. But I don't know that it's better than what I've got right here. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and turn him into a row. What are you doing? Give that back. Hey, give that back. Give that back. Come on. Danny Trejo is never going to forgive us. I'm sorry, Danny Trejo. We will be kind to Wheelie from now on. Yes, we will. Believe the lug nuts on this guy. So we've got Sergeant Kup here. He's got a I'm guessing, you know, it's long like a sniper rifle, but it kind of reminds me of a shotgun. It's a shot sniper. But yeah, he comes with that. He's got this little clip. It clips on right there. And he actually has a couple places on him you'll find that are compatible with that little clippy thing. So let's go ahead and transform Sergeant Kup here. And he's another one that's a little bit, you know, a little bit janky. So I'm going to fold out the panels in the bed of the truck, and I'm going to pull the sides of the truck bed apart, and see, we are going to pull the panels on the sides, which have the arms attached to them, and disengage them. Here, you have to, it's a little bit of a trick, but you have to get them to unclick from the cab. And then we're just going to spread the arms out to the side. And now we've got these little things, these things right here, and they do a thing. So these little corner things that go up from the bed of the truck, they swing up like that, and then they pivot back like this. And so you're just going to do that. It's a little bit weird. It's on a ball joint, and it doesn't just sort of move in a single direction that makes sense. But what you need to do is you need to swing them around and get them to where when you pull these panels down, they go inside the leg, and that's the trick. So here, I'm going to bring that one down just like that, if you can see that. So you see how it's angled just like that, and now this should be able to go inside that leg. Oh, it's caught. There we go, just like that. So I'm going to do the other one. Here we go. Oh, and it popped out. I knew it was going to do that. So there we go. And now I swivel it around. And then close that down. And now he's got kneecaps. That's important. And then we're going to pop those heels back. And that gives us robot legs. Robot legs are important so that our robot can stand. Now, the body rotates around like this. And some things are going to happen when you rotate it around. This front end is going to slide itself around, and it's a little bit janky the way that it does it. So here, let me do this. You have to pop the hood and the roof of the vehicle are all one piece. Well, sort of one piece. They're all kind of tied together, and they're on this double jointed linkage. But you pull that out of the way, and that's going to allow you to rotate the body. And then notice how the fenders just naturally spring load themselves and bring themselves in. And now you've got the hood on this little hinge here, and that's going to fold under. And now that goes against Kup's back. And by this time we can see the head. And so now we've got the arms, and you just put the arms into an arm position, get the wheels out of the way. And this back panel, I think, does that. Okay, yeah. The back panel has to come down enough to push the head up. And now we have Sergeant Kup. There he is. And then we can give him his gun. And there he is. He's a little bit of a monster to transform. He's very fidgety. But you get him into robot mode, and then he looks like that. And it's a good mode for him. You know, he's a good likeness of the movie character. Let me get him into focus. Oh, there you go. He is kind of awkward to try and get into poses. And it's because there's so much happening up here in the body and so many spring-loaded joints and panels that are kind of interfering with each other that it's sort of hard to get him to do the stuff that you really want him to do. But he does look good while you're trying to get him to do it. He's got light piping in the eyes, which works really well. Let me show that. So yeah, you can see the light piping does work. He's got a nice head sculpt. Let's go ahead and show the head real close. There he is. So, yeah, good version of the character. He seems to have an expression of dull surprise, which I never really noticed. I guess I never looked at his face this closely before. But yeah, he is definitely sporting some dull surprise. He must have been reading some Dreamwave comics before this live stream, because that is dull surprise all over. But other than that, he does look good. I like the figure. I don't love the figure. And I think that it's just because there's so much going on that kind of gets in the way of it functioning smoothly, that he's not as much fun to play with. And that's the biggest problem with this toy. He's cool looking. He's got a great vehicle mode. He's got decent articulation. He's got some very, very clever things going on with the transform. But because he is so fidgety, he's not a lot of fun to play with. You know, he's not the kind of toy that you just want to pick up and transform back and forth and back and forth. And so, yeah, that's really the only big criticism that I have. And so, of course, if you get this version of him, it's going to have all of those same problems. And that's a little bit unfortunate. You know, it doesn't ruin the toy. You know that's I think that I need to make that statement really really plain and clear here, is that it's not that he's a bad toy. It's not that that this toy, you know, is no good because blank. It's just that there are these small things that do make him a little bit less enjoyable to just pick up and play. Set Sauna and Larry Northman are here. Oh, a toast to Set Sauna and Larry Northman. Yeah. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night. So, I'm going to turn him back into a truck, and while I was talking about some of those design issues, I was also already kind of trying to transform him because he's so fidgety that I wanted to get a head start. And see, that says something when I'm wanting to get a head start, because like I'm collapsing the body now and getting these fenders to come back out. I know that they're supposed to go automatically, but they don't wanna. So I have to kind of dig in and spread out these little tabs and get the back ends to spread out so that I can rotate the body around. And now that I've got that, now I can put the hood and the top of the cab back into place. And that's got a little snap thing here that goes in underneath the front grille there. And we can tuck the arms back in. Of course, the wheels are also on these double joints here, so those are going to go forward. We're going to pull the kneecaps out and flip up the feet. And then close the tailgate. And I'm going to rotate those little triangle pieces back into position. And then squeeze together to the tailgate. And then put the roof, let the roof meet up with that little piece of the tailgate there. And then we'll get the arms tucked into the sides. The wrists have these little tabs on them, and they go into these little slots that you can see on the sides of the waist. There we go. And then we just have to snap the door panels in behind the fenders. There we go. Just like that. And there we have Kup back into his pickup truck. And then we can put that little claw thing off to the side and just clip it right to the roof. And boom, he is now a pickup truck, which is pretty awesome. And so he is going to go in the box. And now, last but not least, we have Megaplex. Megaplex. So Megaplex is very interesting, and I remember seeing Megaplex in the stores. And I want to say that there was a car version of Megaplex as well. So I guess Megaplex was like a clone of Megatron. And I don't remember the details of how that was supposed to fit in, but nonetheless, the idea of a clone of Megatron called Megaplex, I always thought that was cool. I mean, you know, you already have Megatron, and he's cool. Cloning Megatron, that's just like more Megatron. So, you know, how could that be bad? And so, you know, in my headcanon, Megaplex perhaps may have been the bot that turned into Galvatron later, which would explain why they could both exist at the same time. You know, if you really wanted to go down some fan fiction, yeah, there you go. There's some Clay fan fiction. Galvatron is actually Megaplex. Nobody believes it, but there it is. So yeah, we had Megaplex, and he's another one of these little cyberjet type guys. Again, not really. He looks. Let me see. He looks a lot like the mold that they used for Skywarp. Let's see. It's not exactly the same mold, but it is pretty darn close. So let's. Oh wait. Yeah. Nope. There he is. So yeah, that is Megaplex. And oh, we're getting a message here. So Henry Cavill asks, "Whoa, Clay, what the up with that sweet ass shirt you're wearing?" Oh, why? Thank you, Henry Cavill, PG-13 YouTube channel, by the way. Just letting you know. This is my Christmas shirt. I figured that since I'm traveling through time, it could be Christmas right now too. So yeah, a toast to Henry Cavill. Thank you, and let's try and keep it PG-13. A toast to Henry Cavill. Happy birthday, Henry Cavill. And actually, even though it's Friday, Henry Cavill's birthday was Wednesday, which means I have to drink. So, yeah. So, Wednesday. All right, so to create Megaplex, I'm looking at my notes. I have notes because my wife loves me, and he is a redeco of Transformers Prime Dreadwind. And Dreadwing was an interesting character in Transformers Prime because he showed up, like, kicked all kinds of butt and then got killed, like in 1 or 2 episodes. You know, it seemed like he was going to be a big heavy hitter, and then they just killed him off. And then I think that his zombie version came back, and yeah, they Transformers Prime was an interesting show. It was actually pretty decent. So yeah, if you never checked out Transformers Prime, good show. So we have Dreadwing here, and here he is. We got this one secondhand on eBay, and he seems to be missing a bit. My plan is to just create something to fill that gap. You know, I'm sure that I can come up with something. I'm not too worried about it. It may have been like one of those things where it was a gun. I can see sort of a rectangular hole there. So maybe it was something that was supposed to be removable. But nonetheless, great jet mode. You know, for a little guy, he's got a really cool jet mode. Great colors. Once again, we've got landing gear, so that's cool. And you can see the repaint that was done right here. And he looks really good as Megaplex. I mean, this is one that works really well. So, and I kind of get why they would choose Dreadwing to be that character, because he looks the part. He actually looks a little bit like Megatron. You know, the shape of the sides of the helmet are different, but you put him side by side with Transformers Prime Megatron, and he does look very similar. I can see some design styling cues. Henry Cavill says, F, man, you're hilarious. No, I meant the other sweet-ass effing shirt, the t-shirt. Oh, well. So this is my USS Montero shirt that my loving wife, Monica, made for me. And we are going to be playing the Aliens role-playing game this weekend. And I am going to be one of the crew members on the USCSS Montero. And I think, I'm not sure, but I bet that if you go to #1 Robot on TeePublic, you can get... Let's just try that. Let's just see what happens. Oh wait, here I might even have a link open. Looking. Nope, I think I have to. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go over to the internet, and let's go to TeePublic. Is it a hashtag or just a number? Like, type it in the thing, and I will type. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, teepublic.com. Okay, so I guess I need to go like this. teepublic.com, and then /USR/number the #1 robot. USER. So there we go. And oh, look at that. It's TeePublic. And wow. Okay, that's actually a lot of really cool shirts. We've got a Dark Queen shirt that seems to have the Samurai Jack interpretation of Darth Vader and the Alien Queen. We've got Alan Dracula, so if anybody's been watching Infinity Train, then you love that. Boom goes the dynamite because Space Jam. We've got Godzilla and Webby, and look at that, the USCSS Montero crew t-shirt. Look at that. And it looks like all the t-shirts right now are on sale for $14, and so that's actually pretty cool. So there you go. #1 robot on TeePublic. It's actually pretty cool. And does that count as sponsorship? Because no, I don't think it does, because we haven't paid ourselves anything yet. So anyway, so we've got Dreadwind here, and he's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and turn him into a robot, which really shouldn't be too hard for a little guy like this. I am going to pull these side panels out from the front and then just pull them down like this. I'm going to pull the legs down here. I'm going to disengage the arms from the wings. Then, let's see, we've got... Oh, I guess that's not us. Somebody else is messaging. And so now the body has to swing around like this. And then that comes around there and locks against the back, just like that. And then the front is going to come down and then pivot forward like this. And it's just going to kind of snap into the body. And let's get these up out of the way so that we can push that in. And now we can put these down on the shoulders. And this guy, he's kind of small. He looks like a Cyberjet, like one of those Generation 2 Cyberjets. So, you know, it does really fit. But there we go. And it's a good robot mode. You know, for such a small Transformer, it is a very good robot mode. He, you know, he's got good articulation. I like the body dynamics. I love what they've done with the chest here, the way that the nose cone blends in with all of these stylized parts here. Love the shoulder things. He's got ball joints at the shoulder and at the elbows. Same with the hips and the knees. So yeah, he looks really good, and he also looks like his cartoon counterpart. So that's actually really, really cool. And you can see him here. Let's so this is the version from the Botcon exclusive package, and you know, it's a good adaptation, a very good adaptation, and I like it. You know, if I ever got my hands on that, it would be pretty cool. Of course, we do want to turn it back into a jet so that we can put it in the box. So we're going to do that. I'm going to fold the body of the plane back out, and then I'm going to take these arms and peg them in underneath the wings, and then I'm going to take these panels and put them back into the fuselage of the plane. And you know, there just aren't enough times in life when you get to say fuselage, so I'm going to enjoy the fact that I got to say fuselage. And then I'm going to take the legs here And the whole body has to rotate around like this on that linkage. And then that allows you to point the toe and put the legs towards the back. Peg the legs into the underside of the tail. And you know what? I think that the arms can actually... Oh, the arms can actually peg into the side here. They don't have to go underneath the wing. So I had it transformed wrong. I imagine that there might be some weapons or something that could have gone underneath those wings. But nonetheless, so here once again is the vehicle mode. And it looks decent. It'll look better once I fill in the gap. But of course, now we just need to put that into our 2013 Botcon case, and with this, we will fill out this entire set, at least in form, if not color. So we will have at least one version of every guy from this very special Botcon set, and we can just put this guy right in. I guess I forgot to mention that it was the Voyager version of Dreadwind, not the Scout class version. We don't have that. So I'm gonna put the lid on this box. There we go. Nonetheless, we have mostly explored $900, $1,000 worth of toys that we did not spend $1,000 on, which I call that a win. Yeah, high five. Here we go. Yeah, all right. So, all right, well, that is it. I hope that you've enjoyed this time-traveling, completely live stream from the time vortex that we did, that we absolutely did not record on Wednesday. So, everybody, have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, then please click the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Click the notification bell. That way you know when we are doing legitimate live streams, which we normally do every Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard United States time, except for when we're on the goofy daylight savings time. Google will tell you. Google understands. Google is the only one that understands daylight savings time. I have lived here all my life and I still don't understand it. But nonetheless, we are a small channel trying to get bigger, so please, if you could, spread the word, tell people and online and friends and things like that about us, say nice things, and help us grow. And feel free to comment in this video, and we answer comments. So also check out our Warpath series, which we have done a series of short circuits videos on all of the characters, all of the component pieces of Warpath. We are releasing those 2 videos per week, and we have part 1 already out. That was out on Tuesday, and then the part 2 was released on Thursday, and then the subsequent parts will be released on every Monday and Wednesday of the next couple weeks until you get to part 7, which is the combined robot form. It's something to see. So, Thank you so much for joining me. Next week, we will be back to our normal live stream where we will have normal interaction from the chat and normal guest names. And I will be back in the flesh with clothes, but you know what I mean. And we'll be talking about new G.I. Joe's classified series figures. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful weekend. This is Clay Carlino telling you to keep it Retrobot. Oh, there we go. It went black for a second, but it's okay. It's now showing the thanks for watching. So, whew, I was afraid there was going to be a problem there, but there isn't a problem. It just took it a second. Boy, this was great. And nobody even knows what we really did here. That's the best thing about it. Okay, they think that we were live. They didn't know. Oh, am I still running?